哎，谢谢爸爸。好 curry， OK， 有多少钱啊？20。啊？20块，谢谢啊。谢谢啊。Everybody, now it's fixed. This is Robert with Deep Thought Cycle. Let's go try to set up the tent and see how that works. See you guys soon. Hello everybody, this is Robert with Deep Thought Cycle blog, off the bike actually. And here I am at this training center, and this guy right here is Johnson. And hey Johnson, I have a big YouTube channel, and yeah, it's so big. We have lots of people, and Johnson's a boss here. And right now is going to be my very last class after 17 years in China. And I like to say, first of all, I'm really sorry I haven't made any videos the past week. I've been so busy. You guys wouldn't believe how hard it is to go from a quick decision to get out of China and just put this together. So I'm tired right now. I'm leaving on Saturday morning, and the day after tomorrow I will go to immigration interview, and I will go to the airport on Friday night. And Friday night we're gonna go to the airport, and I'm gonna start playing Tetris with my bags. And you know, this school here, I'm doing a substitute job for my last class. How different it was than the first class that I taught so many years ago. This is a big school, and it's a training center. New to sub here, some kids over there, and you know, Johnson asked me if I wanted to have a beer because he's fully stocked here. And ta-da! And the last school, even, they got lots of Hennessy, and I don't know if it's fake or not. But look at it, even after all these years here, I certainly have drank a lot of beer in China, among many things, right? And I haven't drank since January 30th. And yeah, it's so ironic that Johnson offered me some drink, and I said no, but it's pretty emotional for me. Actually, you guys should have seen me. I should have took my camera. Leaving the South China University of Technology and all the other places is just bring tears to my eyes. And like periodically, like when you smash your hand with a thumber, when you smash your thumb with a thumber, with a hammer, it's just really getting to me. It's real tough, you know. So I'm going to teach a little bit, and I'm going to show you after class. We'll do some talking a little bit about what's going on, and we'll go outside here. Actually, I'm 65 kilometers away right now. I rode my bike before to this job. It's a 130 kilometer ride, which takes me a lot of hours right now. And my bike is in the box right now because I'm getting ready to go, and I didn't want to spend the last of my nights in China. As much as I love riding my bike, I didn't want to spend extra time away from my family that I didn't have to. So I'm going to look at, there's beer on the desk even, huh? Not my beer though. I'm not drinking. Ta-da. You guys proud of me? I'm gonna get paid and get out of here, and that's it. My time teaching China is temporarily done. Got a break here for about 2 more minutes. I really wanted to ride tonight. Sure, you know, but my wife had a tough time, and I just, up until the very last minute, I've been getting ready. So I'm going to, you know, I barely got my bike in the box before I came here tonight. And when I get back, I gotta do some bean counting and stuff like that, right? So one of my subscribers, and many of my subscribers say, hey, document this. And man, I should have documented it more. I was overcome with emotion. And it was hard. Leaving my kids is really hard for me. So I'm gonna do some things. I'll talk to you guys as we go, okay? I'll talk to you about it when I get home tonight and I finish this class. And from now until I get on the airport, we'll have more FaceTime than normal, right? I lost so much weight, even though the last couple of days I've been kind of slacking because I thought I was losing too much weight. I got down to 32 waist size, like 140 pounds, and I just felt weak, and I thought I got to put on a little bit of weight because I'm gonna be too weak for when I get to America. So I've been eating, like, I had a bowl of noodles, and I had a cookie, and I had a lot of this. I never eat cookies anymore, right? I've been losing my hair, right? I'm gonna tell you about all that. In my last school in China, MDF Kids English. Unbelievable, huh? Man, first time was so different. It seems so fitting to have a beer right now, but I'm certainly not, because where I'm going, it's going to be real hard, and I gotta do some things what are the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And I have to be like a hardcore monk ninja guy. And yeah, I should turn down those kids give me that cookie. I've been getting in tune with my own dopamine, which I need to do, man. I'll see you guys soon, okay? I gotta go to class. The last class. Bye-bye. So for my last class here, we're watching Peter in the Wolf, the animated stop-gap action movie with my students here. And Peter just ate his friend, the duck, the goose. And I'm scared too, man. I'm scared it's gonna be whoops, wrong going. The orange toys are outside the purple toys are outside the yellow box. Everybody, this is my last 3 minutes before I go my own way. I feel what Max says over there. Last 3 minutes of my class. The purple toys are outside the yellow box. Jaya. The purple toys. So we should carry on. My last minute. New Year countdown. The purple toys are outside the yellow box. My last high five. All right. Ayoiga. The orange girl is outside the pink house. The orange girl is outside the pink house. My famous last words. The orange squirrel is outside the pink house.
Pink house. 跟这女孩吗？对。然后黄是什么东西啊？黄是呢？看什么东西啊？
Understood.
看什么东西啊？
Greenhouse. The orange grows outside the greenhouse.
绿色的屋子。好了。
This is it. So show the orange girl. The orange girl is outside the greenhouse. Okay, everybody. Let's sing the goodbye song. Mom and Sean, goodbye. Chilai, stand up. Go with Chichanga. Is it ready? 1, 2, go. Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher. So long. See ya again. See ya again. See ya again next time. Goodbye, teacher. Goodbye, teacher. Goodbye, teacher. So long. See ya again. See ya again. See ya again. Goodbye, students. Thank you for being my students from last class. No. And that was my last class. That's how it works, man. That's how it is. Okay, everybody. So this is it. This is my last walk home. I'm sorry it's not on the bike. You know, I am now 65 kilometers or so away from my home, and this is my thing to do. Cola. Actually, I haven't bought a cola. Well, I had one last night, but in 2 or 3 weeks at least, because I was trying to prepare to show up in the U.S. without colas, just putting on water and tea. So I try to prepare my body. So it's real awkward to have a cold bottled drink like this, because I'm trying to be self-sufficient and to not need anything. It's raining. I hear there's going to be a typhoon in 2 days. I hope not during my flight out of here, because I got to get out, and I wanted to ride tonight. Unfortunately, I'm spending too much time. Even as I leave, this stalker crystal from Reddit is unbelievable, man. Spoiling my parade. Going on Reddit saying that I beat my wife and pimp her out, and like saying that to these racist people in the R Happers group, and I'm having people writing threats of violence on my YouTube. Can you believe that? It's like I really got that shit to worry about right now. The autistic part of me wants to reply and stuff. It's off for my moment. You know, I just had a 2-day break from there, and I finished up 16 classes, and just trying to get a little bit extra cash to go back. And, well, you guys have missed a lot, huh? What's been going on? What's the plan, right? Oh. Look at this place here. This place right here is out past Guangzhou and southwest of Guangzhou, I guess. And this place right here is ironically one of the, Xintang is a new subway stop where we're going. And ironically, it's one of the few places where I haven't worked. But it's good to go there in my last job, right? I've worked towards this area, but I've never worked this far out. I used to have a policy that said that I wouldn't go more than 50 kilometers when Solaris and Apollo were being born. I wouldn't take a job longer than 50 kilometers unless it was multiple jobs, because the payoff for driving so long was not worth it. It was too many hours travel. More than 50, that was my rule. This is 65 kilometers, so I would not have normally taken a job this far, but I took this just because special circumstances of me going back, and I thought it's something important to do, to try to get extra money to help my family and my kids and stuff. So it's pretty far out here. When I first came to China, I went to Hong Kong with a job offer in Mongolia and job offers in China. I chose China over Mongolia, and I think that's a good thing, because Mongolia would have been pretty tough. All my experience in China, I just had more of a bad time in the north than the south. And people are hard enough in the south, but I guess they're more harsh up in the north, I would imagine. So there's so many things running through my mind right now. It's so surreal that I'm leaving here. I want to call talk with his mom and make sure she's okay. And my wife is not really understand how serious it's gonna be. You know, she looks to me for so much help, and she's never ever, you know, she's got like the responsibility of a 12-year-old. I mean, she's never faced anything without me, and I'm so sorry that I got to be so far to do this journey. You know, she's my wife, but I think of her like my kid too, actually. She's like, I've always had to take care of her, you know, special care of her, and it's alright, it's my duty, right? And it's tough for me. I told you guys I had a nightmare about leaving my kids, my family. It's like that nightmare is playing out, but I'm not, you know, Solaris is like super one of my most sensitive boys. He's got such a big heart. Where are you going, Daddy? Where are you going, Daddy? So I gotta go to America, son. Leave in a couple days. He doesn't understand that concept. And then I'm similar to my wife. So I can't tell you the pull in my stomach to make this journey. So tomorrow night, or the night after tomorrow, I'll be going to the airport. Breaks my heart. Now, job offers are looking good. It's real tough making CVs. You know, everybody in America seems more about the layout of your resume and making sure it's 2 pages or 1 page, right? Man, I spent like more hours on my resume than I did editing these scientific research papers. It was really tough, man. And I put together a Flickr page, videos, and it was real tough. I tried my hardest. I got into 2 pages, and then some people said, "Oh, you got that 1 page." So what I did is I abbreviated the hell out of everything and called it the abbreviated version. And apparently I don't know if it's working or not until I actually go in the job. A lot of people say, don't go to Nevada, don't go to Reno, housing is too much. It's too expensive. It's too hard. Well, I've been hearing that my whole life, actually. It seems like everything I've done has been hard. You know, everything I've done has been hard. What people need to understand is that this is what needs to be done to take care of my kids. Look at Tesla, outsold all of BMW, and they got the brightest future what I've ever seen. Like trying to get a job with Henry Ford at the turn of the century during the Industrial Revolution beginning. I mean, what? Why wouldn't you try to get a job like that, right? So I had some challenges. It's been a challenge from the first minute, and I'm running out of minutes. What I've done here is, you know, I've got to get, it was challenging to get the bags and get all the materials prepared. You know, you can talk about the emotional challenges, you can talk about the mental challenges, you can talk about challenges on your family. It sure is expensive. I've got 2 suitcases and the bike trailer that folds up like a suitcase. Each suitcase cannot weigh more than 23 kilograms. On our kind of broken scale, that's hard to measure. I've got my backpack, what I'm wearing right now, that I'm carrying on the plane. I've got a handlebar bag that I'm carrying on the plane. 2 bags on the plane, 3 bags under, and my bike. Now the challenge is, I thought I was going to take a flick bus from LA to Reno. Unfortunately, that bus does not take bikes. And I don't know anything about flick buses, but I thought they took bikes. So I booked my ticket, and then I found out you can't take a bike, so I canceled it. And they gave me a voucher instead of a refund, and so I already lost $30, which is a lot of money. That was 1 night of classes, right? It sucks to lose that kind of money, you know? And Greyhound wants to have like a possible $350. And a possible $350 to go there, because anything more than 2 bags, 2 small bags, and you got to pay more money. You got to pay $50 per bag for ground shipping. And Greyhound is 30 kilometers from Los Angeles International Airport. So I've got to get off the plane and throw away my suitcases. And I don't like to do that. And then when I get to the Greyhound, I don't have the suitcases. I gotta throw away my bike box to get to the Greyhound station. Then I have to buy everything again and pay almost the same amount of money to take Greyhound from LA to Reno as a cost to go from China to America. That's ridiculously crazy. So I'm trying to find a way. This new subway here. China's factories are closing, but they're making subways like crazy, huh? The subway here is like an underground airport in an area that it's not a rich area. There's no businesses out here. But that's business infrastructure. China's spinning big to try to make up for the lost export. So massive here. China always makes things on such a massive scale, you know? So I'm trying to find a ride from LA to Reno. And if I don't find a ride that's affordable, less than $200 or so, I mean $200, I'd rather go pay $150, right? I'm considering riding my bike from LA to Reno. Now, a lot of people watching the channel say, oh yeah, that's awesome, right? I got some extra camera batteries and I'm very well equipped, but you know, I can't just take this trip as a road trip and say, oh hey, road trip. You know, in my head, that's 7 more days. So 6, might take me 6 days, 5 to 7 days. I don't know what the mountains are for my gear, because I'll have 46 kilograms in packed stuff, not including the trailer, the bike itself. So I'm looking at, you know, 100 kilograms, I guess. So I don't know how that would slow me down. But I just can't take a random bike trip and say, hey, as beautiful as it would be. You know, I think about my family's safety, and I think about getting them to the U.S. as fast as I can to meet the immigration's requirements, because I tried everybody. I tried begging strangers on the internet. I tried my family. I said, hey, help me. Can you guys help sponsor my wife? You know, nobody could. So it's okay. So I want to get them there as fast as I can. So I got to make $35,000 US to have my wife allowed in the country. So if I'm bike touring, that's not really meeting those goals, right? So I'm going to try to. So I don't know, but at the same time, I mean, the job that I'm going for, as I said, takes a week process. If it doesn't affect the job, and it costs like $350, which is a huge part of our savings, and I'm not going to get paid very soon, and I got to make sure my wife and kids have money. I might just ride my bike from Reno to LA, or LA to Reno. We'll see though. We will see. We'll see what happens. I wanted to make a fundraising video. Look at this here. So far I got a pig. Alright, pretending to get out here. Hold on a second. Alright, so why this looks like the train, looks like the airport. It's not an airport. It's just a very fancy subway station. And I'm not a very fancy passenger. So right now, I'm trying to, I gotta make sure my computers are set up for my kids and my wife when I leave. And I gotta make sure their bills are paid right. I paid for an extra month of rent. I try to put everything I have for sale in the Yellow Fish program. And I'm just trying. The feeling that I'm breaking my family and that I'm leaving my home and my kids. I'm leaving my comfort zone. And I'm going to be sleeping outside in the wild. Okay, so when I get to Reno, I'll go to a homeless shelter. And I'll get the required documents done so I can get my state ID. And with my state ID in hand, those documents, I will leave the shelter, and I will have a storage box in Reno, and possibly 2 storage boxes, right? See, outside of Reno, it's cheaper to make storage boxes. Well, it's $58 to start, then $30 a month, and then there's another one that's about $50. And I'll be sleeping on the opposite side of the Gigafactory as Reno. So that's pretty tough. I mean, it's great when I start my jobs, but when I got to go to Reno, if I got to go to food banks or something, because I don't know how often I'll get, or how big a food supply I could get with the welfare and the food benefits and stuff. Yeah, restrooms in here. Maybe I will go to the restroom real quick. They never had restrooms in subways before, right? They do now. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is like an hour and 30-minute ride, subway ride home, so. So anyways, one of my storage places is on the opposite side of the Gigafactory, real close. It's great, except for I don't know how much food I'm going to get. So, and I don't know about how I'm going to ride my bike around the city of Reno when I need to go in businesses there. I don't know about locking my bike up. I've never done it in China. I don't know how comfortable I am doing that in the US. So, when I first get there, I'm going to get a storage box in Reno and lock my bike up and my gear up and go to the homeless shelter. And get the state ID figured out and get all the things I need to do to get established there and go to work. One of my jobs is 48 hours a week, it looks like, and I'll be able to get another job, I hope. And I can work any job, and I've got clothes, and I've got work clothes, and I've got supplies. I've been tapering my diet and my daily calorie intake so I don't feel hungry. I had some sugar today and yesterday, but I've hardly had any sugar in the past months, so my body doesn't have those kind of cravings. I avoided alcohol at all costs to be in tone with my body's dopamine. You know, I try to get really in touch with my body and what it tells me and my fatigue and everything else, because I know that this is going to be the most stressful situation I've ever been through in my life, and my kids and my wife are on the other side of the world. So I've got to take care of it. So I've got what I think is a proper quantity. It's really tough to make the 23 kilogram. Pretty much all my clothes is 23 kilograms, not including the shoes. I had to bring a PFE, anti-slip, and electrical shoes to work at Tessa. I brought some business shoes. I got my hiking mountain bike shoes, boots for cold weather, and I couldn't pass up bringing my blue XC90 shoes because they're just really awesome shoes for long distance riding, and they were really expensive when I bought them. Those XC90s, they were the most expensive Shimano shoes that they made, but they just really are great shoes for riding. If I'm riding a long distance and I have a choice, I'll be putting on the blue XC90 shoes. And that means if I'm riding to LA or from LA to Reno, that's what I do. But you know, I got to be real careful, and I know they got wildlife there, and for me, it's it's a fantastic thing to ride from LA to Reno. I mean, it's a fantastic thing to ride a bike every day. But I never let myself enjoy that. I'm going there like a soldier goes to war. In my body, in my heart, in my soul, in my physical condition, I am going to war. Right? I don't know if the subway's overpowering me or not. I know it's really loud, right? So, please excuse the subway. They won't stop talking the whole way, just like me, right? My backpack here, I'll be bringing it. You could have all the equipment in the world, and you could, I've been so busy getting my equipment together and making sure this is ready and making sure that is ready and planning this and planning that at my heart, when I stop, I never stop to let my heart get ready to feel how it is to realize I'm actually leaving, and there's always a part of my mind saying, is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? The thing is, I can't make 2 million RMB staying here in China, and that's like what's required. I have $350,000 in assets, or I have a job contract from America that pays $35,000. I can't get the contract and I can't save the assets, so I've got to do this job. I've got to do it. There's no other way, right? You see, I'm losing my hair. I've never lost hair. People say when you lose drastic weight, you lose hair too, I guess. So I'm absolutely. I wanted to take a picture of me putting the bike away, but it was too hard. I was too stressed out packing my stuff at home. I don't want to show you guys that because I mean, it's like every second I felt unsure. Every second I feel like, oh, what do I need in my? Is it too much? Even though I'm gonna go to the airport and it's like if the bags weigh too much, I've tried to weigh them. I'm gonna throw away stuff in the airport, right? And I've tried so hard to put my business clothes in there, my work clothes, my other not business clothes, my cold weather clothes, my summer clothes.
The destination of this train is
so many of my clothes that I left behind. My jackets, my snow clothes.
The next station is Shacun. 去往新塘大道西、南检大道北的乘客，请准备。
From the job at that last university to right here, It has been non-stop getting ready. When I thought I was bringing my kids, and then it's at the time that I find out that I'm not, non-stop. I hope that my wife can handle this mentally. This is so tough on her, you guys don't know. This is so tough on my wife. And I'm gonna do my best. And she's gonna do her best, you know. If she fails and my kids die, you know, I worked this last 6 months, 7 months, this last year. You know how many days that I would work and I would go 2 days a week with not sleep at all? I mean, like not even, well, sometimes 30 minutes maybe. And then, you know, the other days when I was doing like 3 hours a night, and just I had to do it because like with my wife and my kids, and man, taking care of my wife is real tough. It's not like she's a normal person, you know, and taking care of my kids, and being overworked and being threatened, and having people use my visa as leverage. I mean, if I'm paying my bills and I'm buying my goods, what I need, taking care of my kids, but at this pace, it's unsustainable. Give me any 100-hour job work week in America, and it'd be way easier than the work I'm doing here in China. All these people talking about it must be hard to go to the U.S. and how hard it's going to be to work and to sleep outside. Look, when I was in East Germany, and my first wife, my German wife, her grandma, cut wood for my wife, my ex-wife, cut wood for my bath fire, and I woke up in an attic and it was like freezing and cold, and there was no insulation in the 300-year-old house, you know. And I got an introduction to what cold weather is, and then I got an introduction to washing clothes in buckets. And I live in East Germany. It's okay in cold weather, no big deal. And I realized 20 years ago that indoor heating and insulation and stuff, that's like an American thing. It's okay. And then I could go without cars. And I came to China, and Hubei was cold too, man. But there was even worse insulation than in Germany. The Hubei house, my first house there, was worse than the 300-year-old German house I was living in. And pipes would freeze, and they'd show up with a bucket of water, tell me to wash with a cold bucket of water and get my ass to class. When it's human rights, workers' rights, my ass, man. I took every job when Platak was born. Every job and more. I did all the jobs, man. At the same time, I never met a foreigner. I'm not saying there's none out there, but I never met a foreigner that worked anywhere as close to the amount of jobs that I did. There, my first year was my son was born in Nanning, and everybody was partying and stuff. It wasn't me. And I couldn't say no to a job. Family planning was very tough in China. Things have changed a lot in China in all these years. And I got stories I can write. So going to the U.S. and working where people say it's tough to be cold, or tough to go to work, or tough to get along. For me, the toughest thing will be to like get along with people, like to fit their cultural norm, because I got autism, and I'll get that diagnosis when I'm there. But to be in their popularity club. You know, I'm cool. I don't care what people do. I mean, it's all right. I just want to work, you know. And I don't want to come across as being like too smart, or I often come across as having like a big head with people. And that's my autism. That's not what I think I have a big head or something. So I try not to come across as that, right? And I always fail, so that's gonna be an issue. I hope it's not an issue, right? I'm there to learn from everybody, you know? And I've had bosses in China talk down to me and like an animal, that nobody in America would take that kind of stuff, you know? And I learned to just keep my mouth closed and just get the job done, you know? I think that skill will be useful over there. You know? I got my metal detector, right? Ironically. You know, I've only got time to use that thing twice since I've had it in a year or whatever, since last summer. I've only had it twice. Honestly, every free second I get, I don't know how I'd have time to walk around using a metal detector, because I'll be worried about my kids and my wife. And if I got free time, I'll be at a job. Right? As much as I wanted to walk around with a metal detector in Nevada, but not. You be careful what you wish for, actually. I've got that opportunity now, and it's not even a thought. You know, I'm bringing my metal detector. I'm bringing like a shovel and a hoe, kind of. Unless it's too heavy, then it'll be gone out of my bags. I don't want this to be the last time I see my kids. I don't want to die, and I don't want to fail. I'm going to try to do GoFundMe, and I'll attach this video maybe to GoFundMe. Who knows? I've been wanting to do one for the last week and a half. I should first have to my CV, everything else. So when I get home, I'll try to do my GoFundMe. Maybe tomorrow. If anybody out there wants to donate, I appreciate it.
靠近车门的乘客，请留意您的衣物，谨防被夹。列车即将到达下原站。
So I'm looking at the subway stop.
请小心列车与站台之间。
I don't ride this line ever. Yeah, donations are gladly accepted. I'm gonna get a phone card from Metro PCI for $60, unlimited data, so I can be in touch with my family all the time. I'm gonna get a address for $75. I'm going to get a bus pass for $60. You know what? It's kind of weird because I don't see myself taking the bus that much. And $60 is a lot for a bus pass. So I might put that off for a little bit until I just get the lay of the land, see how I can ride my bike everywhere. I can't have my bike stolen though, that's not an option. So it's going into storage when I first get there until I figure out how it works. And I've got to get a Parks Pass for $200, unfortunately. You know, it costs money to sleep in the park, so I'll be getting one of those. You know, I've got to get sorry, I turned this off. I've got to get phone card, address. bus pass. Parks pass for camping. Storage. Maybe a ride from Reno, LA to Reno if I could get one. I'd like to have food. I'm gonna try to pack some dry food, but my clothes and my gear is so tight. I'm gonna try to put food in my bag. I'm gonna see what I can do. Peanut butter, oatmeal, dried meat, nuts, rice. I don't know if you cook the rice in a campfire or not. I mean, I gotta Coleman. Yeah, another thing I'm gonna have to get is cooking gas for my stove. I've got my tent. I've got my folding chair. I've got my sleeping bag. I've got my camouflage tarps. I've got my bedroll. I've got my bowls. I got an extra chain, extra derailleur, extra bottom bracket. I've got tools to take off my wheels, tires, pedals, chain tool. I've got clothes. I've got enough clothes to be warm on the bike. You know, in the nighttime in the desert right now in Reno, it's as cold as the winter is here in Guangzhou, and that's not even winter time yet there. So I'm trying everything, man. I sure do miss my boys, and I wish I could focus more on preparing them. You know, I asked my family for help. Of course, they did not give me $1, and that's okay. I don't feel that's really out of the ordinary. I don't like to ask people for help, anyways. For my kids, I did, you know. And I don't have the time to sit here and save more money or work more money. You know, I mean, look at me. Do I look like I'm like homeless because I don't want to work, or what? Or do I look like I've gone one day without having a job for the past 20 years? I've had work every single day. I haven't had one holiday, man. A lot of that's due to my wife, you know, and I don't hold it against her. I mean, part of being a soldier is being there when she's unstable, you know, and it's okay. It's what better challenge to fight for than for your family, right? So I've got to go home, and tomorrow is my last day. It's my last day tomorrow. Tomorrow I got to make the GoFundMe video. I got to go to the bank and try to get American dollars, and I got to try to go to the hospital and get some medicine for my gout, and I got my wife's medicine already, and I got it. Sorry, guys.
The destination of this train is Yuzhu. 下一站双港。下一站三江。The next station is
I'll go to the phone company to make sure that the phone stays on, the internet stays on. And then it works on my son Bobby's phone. So I work on his phone right now. And go to the bank. And, our cat Frisky has a flesh-eating bacteria in its mouth. It's tragically scary. I don't really have the money, but I'm gonna try to give my cat Frisky to the vet. I'm so sad. Elon's got a problem with his eye. He needs an eye operation. I don't got the money for that. Really sad. Who knows with the GoFundMe? If I get a lot of money in GoFundMe, definitely get Elon his operation. But I just want to use some money. You know, I don't know how to ask. I don't even know how GoFundMe works. What do I ask for? $5,000, $10,000? I'll tell you what I would do with the money. With the money, I would still stay in my tent. I would pay for my flat out of my own money from being paid. I would just use GoFundMe money to make sure my family's okay, for emergency money if it comes up that I need it, and I pretty much wouldn't touch it. Maybe if I had GoFundMe money, I wouldn't go to ask for food stamps. I'd use that to get my 6 eggs a day and my salad and my dry goods, and help me maybe my bus pass or something. I wouldn't use it, and at the end of it, by the time, because my job should pay for my bills, I guess. It'll be harder the first month or two till I get the money. So I would only if I got the GoFundMe, like if I got like $10,000. Of course, I don't even see myself using $10,000. I would go ahead and I would turn around and I would donate that money to all the people out there and all the families going through immigration being split up. Because as hard as it is for me and my family, it's way tougher for people from poor countries and that don't have the skills what I have. And man, I would 100% like turn around and if I get a GoFundMe going, I promise you right now that like every cent that I use, I will like make a video about like what I use the money on. I mean, I don't have any needs like the materialism of America, and I haven't had an advertisement that's targeted me forever. I'm not affected by advertisements. I don't want to have a car.
The destination of
My
this
bike is
train
cool.
is Yuzhu.
I'd like to have a roll-off one day, right? But it's really, I don't know if I really would, but it's not like I would use the GoFundMe and buy a roll-off, right? No way, come on, man.
The next station is Yuan.
If it snows, and it snows real bad, I might use the GoFundMe to get wide-studded snow tires on my bike. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. I hope it doesn't snow. Because I don't, my tires are not real wide. 700 by 40 is like 1.65 inch tires, right? So they're not really great in the snow and yeah, I hope not, because I heard snow tires are expensive, studded snow. Schwalbe makes some wide studded snow tires and I can't wear them when it's not snowing, and a lot of people say the route is really bad going to Tesla and stuff. I don't know how bad it is, but I like to think that I'm gonna do it no matter what. So watch me while I fly, right? Everybody's telling me you can't do that. You know, when I left America, and maybe, you know, it was when I left to go to Europe when I was young, when I was very young, to go to Amsterdam the first time I left America, I had $20 in my pocket. And I came back a year later or so, and my fiance. And the second time I left America, I didn't have a lot of money, but and you know, when I was younger, I should have listened to some other. I should have gone to school a little bit better, and so I'm not trying to prophetize like that kind of way of life. I certainly, when I was young and autistic, I made a lot of mistakes, and I should have listened to people. But I talked a year ago. I talked about, I want to go to Australia, and with the metal detector and get nuggets, and everybody say, "Oh, you can't go to Australia. That'll kill you. That desert will kill you. You can't do that. It's crazy." I could have done it.
下一站是本次列车的终点
But
站
I had to do it with my wife, right? And
可换乘5号线，请从列车前进方向的右门下
I
车。
thought about it, but I didn't do it. Right? It was just a thought.
给终点站
It doesn't seem so irrational.
請留意車前進方向嘅右門落車。
But it didn't work. Didn't do it. I didn't have it. But right now, I'm going back to go get a job. I'm going back to work. I'm going back to help my wife immigrate for my kids and our
去往
future.
黄埔大道东
Because I love her.
中
That's
山
my
大道东
future,
的乘
right?
客，请准备。
And everybody tell me, oh, I
请
can't
全
do
部
it.
乘客带其行李物品
I meet
在
some
此
types
站
of
下车。
Americans. I
欢
meet
迎
some
再次
Americans
乘
that
坐
say
广州地铁。
they look at me like I'm homeless,
列车即将到
and
达。
they judge me and they say, oh, I haven't worked, and why was I? Oh, look at what a beggar I am. How come I didn't have the money for my wife to immigrate? Like I'm some kind of loser, and I never worked, man. I've been working my ass off like anybody else in any other job anymore. I don't think that shit has something to do with immigration. That's bullshit. And to be judged, to be looked down on by these people, like I get this a lot from the feeling of this from American society. Like I feel I deserve something, or I feel like people should give me something. Man, I don't know. Come on, I've worked. You know what the difference is between me and the people in America that are teaching? All these years, of 20 years almost, I don't get a pension from it. I don't get recognition from it. I don't get. What do you think? I didn't work or what? Man, I mean, what, they not let my wife in? What, because you think I was a homeless drug addict or I was some kind of failure? Yeah, I might have failed to do different things and take different jobs that I turned down in life, but just because I wasn't monetarily successful enough, I taught people, I did, I think, a good job for society, and I spent my time teaching kids and adults and students, and that's not a bad, how do you measure progress? By the money I made? Convert that money to American currency? It's like American currency is 7 times what I'm making here. Did I make 125% the requirement? I made 125% the poverty level here for my local location where I
列
live.
车已到达终
Of
点
course I
站，
did.
请带其行李物品下车。
Can't say, oh,
多谢合作，欢迎再次乘坐广州地鐵。各位尊敬嘅乘客請注意，列車已到達終
you know,
點
it was
站，
real tough.
請帶齊行李物品落車。多謝合作，歡迎再次乘坐廣州地鐵。
It was real tough.
Attention please. This is a terminal station. Please take your belongings and leave the train. Thank you. Goodbye.
It was real tough just to work and go through what I went through with my wife. Sickness and health, I was there. And every parent's got a tough life, right? I mean, come on. I'm not trying to say I'm like Bill Gates or something. I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to say that there's some people in the U.S. who just, I don't know, man. It's not like, and maybe they're right. The economy could be real tough there. I mean, a lot of people, you get a real bad impression that the economy's terrible. And don't come. A lot of people tell me don't come back. A lot of people tell me go somewhere else. Say, what do you want to work in Reno? It's a terrible place. Too expensive. What do you want me to say, man? I'm doing it, and I'm going there, right? And that's where I'm going. I'm going there to work, but a lot of people say don't do it, you know. And am growing. It's going to be a challenge. It made me, you know, when I first came to China, it was tough. You know, when I was leaving America, when I first came back from Germany, I saw how bad it was. The job situation was bad before 9/11. I felt negative about it when I first came to China. I felt like those people sound. But you know, also I had reverse culture shock after being in Germany for 5 years. And I was still very, very autistic. I didn't have so much maturity as what I have right now and control of my autism. It was real tough. My wife helped me out with that. And such hard, difficult situations help harden me. They make me understand how things work in life better. I'm not the same person I am when I came. So I distantly, faintly remember feeling the way that these people sound. But ironically, right now, when I face it to go back, I have no fear. I have no doubt that I will work and get a job and be successful. Now maybe I need to go there and get knocked down. Maybe I'm overconfident, but it is what it is, right? So, okay, well anyways, thanks for watching. I've got so much to do tonight, and the vlog will be off the bike till I get the bike out of the box in California and see what's going to happen. Stay tuned for the GoFundMe. Maybe this video will be part of it. Who knows? I really don't know how to make one. And I'm so tired. You know, I'm going to be so tired before I even get on the plane. It's been pretty tough. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.